a longer term horizon. You're going to do this by using a vehicle that follows the market performance, more specifically an index mutual fund. Now, a mutual fund is an investment tool that allows investors to buy little pieces of a lot of different companies and share that cost over other investors at the same time. They're managed by professionals, and an index fund is going to be managed by professionals actively to mirror the performance of one of the indexes of the market. Now, an index is a group of companies that share something in common that are grouped together and tracked as a group for performance. The biggest one is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is pretty much, layman's terms, the biggest 500 companies in the stock market. Now, those companies are going to pretty much track the health of the market altogether. So if you have an S&P 500 index fund, you have a good chance of averaging somewhere around the 10% historical return that the market's going to bring in anyway. The two tiers require slightly different mechanisms when it comes to your access to your money and the way the account is set up. For the second tier, which was the time benefit investment that you can get you whenever you want, you're going to use a regular mutual fund account. There's going to be no strings on that one. Put money in, take money out. You're also going to pay taxes annually on the profit that you make from it. For the first tier, the retirement account, you're going to use an IRA. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. The difference is, in an IRA, the government is rewarding long-term investments with certain tax benefits. In return, the government's going to get an active and stable market. In an IRA, there's restrictions on when you can pull money out, and this basically boils down to being 60 years old. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to get your money till you're 60 years old without paying pretty significant penalties. Okay, tier 3 is the contingency fund. There's a few different places you can put your money, namely a checking account, savings account, or a money market account. Now, a money market account isn't much more than a savings account, but it's tied more to the markets themselves. A little more access to the markets, and you would use that if you want more flexibility to move money between your three tiers or three different kinds of investments. Between a checking and savings account, typically your savings account is going to be the best bet for a contingency fund because for two things. One, it's going to earn a little bit more interest, and two, it's going to keep your money separate from the daily spending money that you have in your checking account, so you won't be tempted to use the money before you intended to use it. And now that I've given you a quick rundown of the mechanisms that you can use to take action, I'm going to move to some illustrations and examples before I put everybody to sleep. There's lots of reasons people don't invest. The biggest reason is usually the people feel they don't have the money to invest. They can't afford to. Another reason is they don't understand how easy it is or how little it takes to be successful. Others want to start, but they have this or that they want to get done first. Those are procrastinators. Whatever the reason is, let's look at how much wasted time is really worth. Rick Edelman, in his book, The Truth About Money, gives us the example of Jack and Jill. When they got done falling down the hill, they went two totally different directions with their lives. They were the same age, and at 18 years old, Jack goes to work and starts investing $2,000 a month $2,000 a year into an IRA account. He does this for 8 years, and then he stops contributing. $16,000 is what he put in. Jill goes to medical school, gets out of medical school at 26 years old. She starts investing when Jack stops. She puts in $2,000 a year for 40 years. She ends up with $80,000 that she's put into this investment. Now, they both are the same age. They both invested in the same investment. They both earn the same interest. Which one do you think has more money when they turn 65 years old? Jack, who put in $16,000, or Jill, who put in $80,000? The answer is a little bit shocking. Jack has $1,035,000 left, accumulated when he turns 65. Jill has $885,000. That's a $150,000 difference. Even though Jill put in significantly more money, Jack ends up with more because he let time do the work for him. Every year that you put off means thousands of dollars that you're not going to have when it comes time to enjoy your money. Some of you are saying, okay, I understand I need to invest, I see the benefits, but I really can't afford to right now. If you invested $100 a month between the ages of 20 and 65, you would be a millionaire. $100 a month is not a lot of money. That breaks down to $3.33 a day. If you're a smoker, this is easy. Cigarettes are costing upwards of $5 a pack in today's economy. If you smoke 1 pack a day and somehow manage to live until you're 65 years old, you're lighting up $1.6 million that you could be enjoying in your retirement. Okay, what if you don't smoke? Well, did you really need to go out to lunch today, or could you have brown bagged it? Did you need to supersize those fries if you did go out to eat? Fueleconomy.gov tells us that we could save 3% average gas mileage just by properly inflating our tires. That's 10 cents a gallon. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. I encourage you to sit down for a week, maybe even a month, and track every penny that comes in and every penny that goes out. You'll be amazed at how many ways you could find to save a few dollars a day. Investing as little as $20 a month and increasing it as you're able, perhaps by putting half of every raise into your investments, may make the difference between retiring in your 70s and living in a trailer park, or retiring in your 50s on your own terms and living wherever you want to. You also have the peaceful sleep that comes with knowing that you have security for the rest of your life. We talked about some things you might face down the road that might require extra funds. I also spent a lot of time talking about retirement. If you prefer not to think about the bad things that can happen in life, hopefully I at least was able to make you daydream a little bit about what you might be doing in your golden years. Whatever you take from this speech, I hope you at least walk away with a little bit of determination to begin thinking about, if not acting upon, your financial future. Don't be intimidated anymore. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. That's an old Chinese proverb that still holds true today. And I guarantee you, if you don't get started, you'll never get there. Thank you.
Good job.